Hey guys, Taylor here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you already been here, thanks for coming back. So in today's video, you guys, we are going to be talking about setting powders. Like, I'm really fussy when it comes on to setting powders because that can make or break your makeup look. So I'm going to show you guys my top 5 setting powders, like affordable, drugstore, high-end. Like at the end of this video, you are definitely going to find a setting powder within your price range. So if you are interested, then please keep on watching. Before we start the video, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Please turn your post notifications on so you get notified every time your girl uploads a video, and follow me on Instagram. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. All right, you guys, so I won't be talking about the powders in any specific order or anything like that because I 100% swear by every single powder that I have in front of me right now. You will definitely be able to find your shade whether you are dark skin or light skin. And funny enough, all of these powders, they work well for oily and dry skin. So yeah, with that being said, I am going to start with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Setting Powder. Personally, I love the shade Cashew. I have this powder in 2 different shades. I have the shade Cashew and I have the shade Honey. Honey for me is more of like a everyday kind of setting powder. If you don't want that super bright under eye, then Honey is a really nice shade. Fenty Beauty has a lot of shades, so you will definitely be able to find your shade. But Cashew gives me that really nice bright under eye that I love, and the formula of this powder is just amazing. It is more on the matte side, but if you have dry skin, don't worry, it is not uncomfortable or anything like that. Whenever I'm using this powder, I just make sure that I have a hydrating base going on for me, and I set my face with a hydrating setting spray. It doesn't cling to any patches or anything like that, and it's not like uncomfortable where it's like drying under your eyes or anything like that. Absolutely love these powders. And I don't know, writers, like if I could recommend any setting powder from, well, Fenty only has 1 setting powder, but you know what I mean. Like, I would highly recommend any one of these Fenty Beauty setting powders. Once again, you can always find your shade. I think they have about 8 or 10 shades if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure, but they have a ton of shades, so you will definitely find something that works for you. Alright, you guys, so I opened up the powders just to show you what the colors look like, but bear in mind that I will have to dim my light so you can see the true color of the powders. So this is the shade Cashew and this is the shade Honey. As you can see, Honey has that mustard yellow to it, and Cashew has that really nice pink undertone that I am in love with. Alright, so the Fenty Beauty setting powder, just like most Fenty Beauty products, they have a smell to it. So it's not anything like overpowering or anything like that, but if you don't like fragrance in your makeup or skincare or whatever, then be mindful of that it does have a really sweet florally smell to it. Alright, also moving on to the next setting powder, I have the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder, and I have it in the shade KUNAFA. You guys, last year I stopped using my Mercier setting powder just because I wanted to try something else, because I was using Mercier hard, and I decided to pick up the Huda Beauty powder. And you guys, this powder is so good. If you love a yellow powder, like, this is she. This is she. It reminds me a lot of the Sacha Buttercup, but it's not as mattifying as the Sacha. So it has that really nice yellow color, but not too drying under the eyes. So that's what I really like about this powder, and it blurs your under eyes like crazy, and your makeup lasts super long with this powder right here. So I would highly recommend this one. And once again, just like the Fenty Beauty setting powder, KUNAFA does have a florally smell to it, but it's nothing overpowering. You get what I mean? So you can use this powder if you don't like fragrances. It's not something that's going to linger after you apply it to your face. It's just like if you bring it up close to your nose, you are going to smell it. But I highly recommend this powder right here. Alright, you guys, so the next powder I have is a drugstore setting powder. I have the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. I use the shade Medium Deep 30. You guys, this powder is so mattifying, but it's not drying and uncomfortable or anything like that. It just does a really good job at keeping your face in place. You guys, let me just say, this is not a dupe in any way, shape or form for the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but this is probably the closest thing you will find to the Laura Mercier, period. This is the closest thing you will find. So if you can't afford to buy the Laura Mercier translucent and you just want to get a little of that, I would highly recommend this powder. However, I do feel like we need a little bit more shades. We need some more shades because this does not come in like a yellow shade or anything like that. I would really want a yellow shade. I spoke about this powder in one of my videos recently, and I said that I wanted a deeper shade, but the shade above is just too dark. So I would love if, you know, we'd get like a shade extension. Let me show you guys what this one looks like. So this is what it looks like. So with that powder, whenever I use that powder, I have to go back in with another powder under the eyes, not because I'm not set, but just to brighten, because this one doesn't like give you that super bright under eye. So the next powder that I would use is by ColourPop. You guys, this powder, I feel like, you know, we're, I don't know, ColourPop comes up with so much things, like you kind of miss the good things, you get what I mean? Like this powder is so good. If you have oily skin, you are going to love this ColourPop powder. I have it in the shade Banana. I don't normally use it to like set my under eyes because it is really matte. It's too matte for my liking, but I use like a brush and I just lightly go back under the eyes to like brighten, and it's amazing. So if you have oily skin and you try this powder, like your makeup is gonna last forever, ever. I would highly recommend any one of these two powders from the drugstore, 100%. All right, you guys, so the next powder I have is my favorite setting powder of all time, and this is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. You guys, I am a Laura Mercier stan. Since I discovered Laura Mercier setting powders, I have been repurchasing non-stop. I have 3 of the powders. I have the shade medium deep. I'll use this like all over my face if I need a powder to like set everywhere. I don't use this on a daily basis, but if I'm like going somewhere where it's like super hot, going to a party or anything like that, and you need something to like really lock your makeup in for like hours, I would highly recommend this for setting everywhere else. I also have the shade Translucent and the shade Translucent Honey. Translucent Honey is currently my favorite. I am wearing it today under my eyes, and you guys, blurring, brightening, everything. The formula of this powder is amazing. It is mattifying, but it's not too matte. You know what I mean? It's really comfortable. I have the shade Translucent. Translucent is the original translucent. The shades they're different. Like this one is like a peachy undertone to it, and this one has a yellow undertone. You guys, these powders are so amazing. I'm not even joking when I say they are amazing at just everything. I really love these powders. If you don't like the original translucent, you will definitely like the shade Honey. We do need more shades, but you guys, this powder never disappoints. All right, I'm going to insert a clip to show you guys what the Laura Mercier translucent powder looks like. This is what Honey and translucent looks like side by side. So this is translucent and this is Honey. But you guys, I 100% recommend, if you haven't seen like my side-by-side comparison with the old translucent powder and the new one, I will definitely link that somewhere up here. In that video, I showed you like all 3 powders, and I did a side-by-side with the old original and the new one. So yeah, if you want to see that, go and check it out, but I highly recommend those powders. I am going to sneak one more powder in this video because I use it the way I would use a setting powder, and this is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Pressed Powder. This is in the shade medium. I use this under my eyes, like just the way I would use my Laura Mercier to set my face. This is what I use this for when I'm touching up during the day, I go in with this powder. This is the only powder I have that I use to like touch up, and it's amazing at blurring your under eyes. Like, you look oily now and you go in with this powder and it's like you are wearing a fresh face of makeup. It is that good. It's a little bit pricey, but I highly recommend this powder right here. Alright you guys, so that is everything I have to share with you guys today. Let me know what some of your favorite setting powders are so I can pick some of them up if I don't already own them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!